Hello and welcome to the Ashby School Options presentation for 2025. I'll quickly introduce myself. My name is Phil Newman. I'm an assistant head teacher here at Ashby School and I have the responsibility for sorting out all the options. So if you want to get in touch at any stage through the process, anything you're worried about, then there's the email address just underneath, key stage 4 options at ashbyschool.org.uk, and I will come through to myself or one of my team who should be able to help you. You need to say today. First of all, I'll talk you a little bit through the Ashby School curriculum, the ideas behind it. Then we'll go through the options pathway, a quick summary of the options that are available, a guide to actually how you complete the form. We'll go through that step by step. Then just a thought about next steps, and then frequently asked questions. Principles behind our curriculum. Well, we want to offer as much breadth as possible. We want to offer students choice, and we offer a wide range of disciplines, a wide range of subjects. And then along with that, we want to try to make sure that students' experience is balanced. So we've got a wide range of different disciplines. So we've got all sorts of different knowledge, skills and experiences to give them the best opportunity for the future, which is what it's all about, is the opportunity. We want our curriculum to give all our students the best possible chance of taking as many opportunities as they can in the future. Our curriculum is loosely based around what is called the English Baccalaureate, or EBAC for short. So EBAC, rather than being a qualification in its own right, is a combination of subjects which the government wants more and more students to take. And that is English, maths and science, which are all compulsory, but they want to encourage as many students as possible to also take a language and to take a humanity of geography or history as well. Now, this has come from research. So research shows that actually studying the EBAC actually helps young people perform better in those core subjects of English and maths. So the fact that we're studying a foreign language actually helps us with English. The fact that we're applying our math skills in different subjects like geography and history helps us to develop those skills as well. So by studying the combination, you're more likely to do well in English and maths. And then the government have looked at what subjects did people in top professions and top universities, top degrees, what did they take at GCSE? And this seems to be a recurring theme, that actually taking these subjects, that combination subjects, is the best way to set yourself up for those sort of things in the future. It's also what the top universities have recommended that they want students to take. So the government said they want 90% of students to be sitting that EBAC by 2025. Now, appreciate that that combination there isn't perfect for everybody. So we've tried to develop a mechanism where we can just modify that a little bit, particularly the language option, and give students a chance to do something else if that doesn't suit them perfectly. So on our empowered curriculum, what we're going to be offering is English, so that will be English Literature and Language GCSE, compulsory for everyone. Maths, again compulsory for everyone. Science, we're actually starting students off on triple science, so looking to try and achieve 3 GCSEs in biology, chemistry and physics. We've just had the recent assessments from our Key Stage 3 Year 9 assessments, and actually we've made some really good progress in science through Years 7 and 8, and we're hopeful that vast majority of students will go on to achieve that triple science. We've then also got our compulsory non-examined subjects of PE and personal development. And then we're into our options. So first option, this is where you could take a language if you want. So French and German is on offer. Obviously German only if you've studied German so far. But we have got some alternatives for students who feel that isn't for them. So you could also do art, textiles, PE Cambridge National or business instead. Then option 2 is where we need students to choose a humanity. So we've got geography, history or RS. Then we've got 2 more options. So we've got option 3, which is really where we have our creative and practical subjects to try and make sure students all have that breadth and balance. And then option 4, where you can actually specialise a little bit to perhaps pick an extra humanity, an extra creative subject, or both languages if you would like. Okay, looking at that a slightly different way, We start off at the top with our core curriculum. The first thing you'll be asked to do is choose your option 1, so language or the alternatives I just discussed. Then we've got option 2, geography, history or RS. Worth just mentioning here that it is possible to study geography in combination with history or geography in combination with RS. If that's something you'd like to do, then you need to pick the history or the religious studies here. We've then got our list of creative subjects, so that's art, drama, music, media, engineering, food tech, textiles, resistant materials, or PE GCSE or PE Cambridge National. Just to explain that a little bit, there are 2 ways which we can do examined PE. One is a GCSE, which is much more about the terminal exam at the end of year 11, or the alternative is a Cambridge National route, which involves more coursework and assessment throughout the course as we're going. And then we've got our final option where you can choose to specialise, double up in a humanity or language or a creative subject. So there we've got art, business, psychology, geography, PE GCSE, computer science, engineering, food tech, or French if you wish to do both languages. Okay, worth making a note that actually can't put any subject down as first choice in more than one of the options, and also it's not possible to study both PE courses. Okay, so things to consider as you're looking at the options. First of all, I would say, what subjects do you enjoy? So if you enjoy a particular subject, you're more likely to be successful at it than if you don't. And if you can couple that with choosing subjects that might be beneficial to you in the future, in terms of setting you on a career path, that's really the recipe for success. So be thinking about what subjects you enjoy and what things are going to set you on the right course for the future. Now I'd say just be careful that we don't want students to pick the same things as their friends. It's something students often do, is they try and agree and pick the same subjects. Now if you do that, you won't necessarily end up in the same class, and really it should be down to you as an individual to decide what you want to do, what's going to set you up best for the future. So please just think about those things. What do you enjoy and what's going to help you in the future? So option 1 then is where you get to choose if you want to do a language, you pick it here, but if you don't want to do a language, there are the alternatives there: art, textiles, PE Cambridge National or business GCSE. Then in option 2, this is where we need to choose our humanity, so history, geography or RS. Just worth noting again that you can do history in combination with geography or RS in combination with geography. If that's the case, you need to pick history or RS here and geography in option 4. Then we're on to our long list of practical or creative subjects. So students will all have done art, drama and music through Key Stage 3. Media is all about studying film, television and print media and just looking at how those things are put together. Then we've got our design options of engineering, food tech, textiles or resistant materials, or those 2 possible ways to study PE. And so we move on to option 4. Here's where you can start to double up on a few things. So we have the chance to do 2 arts subjects, 2 design subjects, or 2 practical subjects, or 2 humanities, or 2 languages. So we need to choose one from art, business, psychology, geography, PE, computer science, engineering, food tech, or French. So it's worth just noting that this is where, if you're trying to do geography in combination with RS and history, here's where you pick geography. And if you want to do both languages, here is where you would pick French. Now, there's lots more information available on all those options in the options booklet, so I suggest you have a really good look through. If you've got any particular questions about the courses, the best people to talk to would be the faculty team leaders. So if you drop an email into inquiries@ashbyschool.org.uk, that will get directed to the most relevant person. Or if you've got any general questions about the whole process, then please contact me or my team on the Key Stage 4 options email. Now, in terms of actually filling in the options form, if you click on the link that you've been provided with, it will take you straight to the options website. I'm going to run through it quickly here now. It is a fairly straightforward process, but I say with this recording you can stop it and go back and see any advice you might need. So the first thing you will need to do is make your choice in the language or language alternatives. So just simply make a first and second choice here in the order of preference, one from each of the first and second choices there. Then move on to the humanities, and again it's just a drop down. Please make your first choice there, just geography, history or RS, pick whichever one you're most interested in. Worth saying again, I appreciate I'm repeating myself, but worth saying again that if you want to do geography in combination with history or RS, please pick history or RS here and geography in option 4. So option 3 from our creative subjects, please could you pick 3 here? So we are actually asking for your first choice plus a couple of reserves. Chances are most people will get their first choices, but depending on the numbers coming in, we may have to do a little bit of shuffling around. So please think about those second and third choices and make sure that they are something you would be interested and willing to study. Similarly, on option 4, please could you make sure that you choose the subjects that you're most interested on in preference orders for first, second and third choice. And again, we'll look to give as many first choice as possible, but we'll just have those reserves if required. And it is worth noting again that if you wanted to do geography in combination with history or RS, here's where you'd pick geography. And if you were looking to do both languages, you'd have selected German earlier and you'd select French here. Then finally, on the information we require, we're just asking for some supporting information. Now, students are working on this with their form tutors, so they should have some idea of what they want to put in this box, but it's just something. If you've got a career path in mind, something that you really want to do in the future, and a certain subject is really important to you, then please put it on there. Or any other information that you think would be really useful for us to know at the time when we're putting the options together. Okay, final thing is we do need the subjects, the students' details. So please could we make sure you add the school names to be the same as in the school records. We are going to try and merge the results from this with some other information. So we need full names, we don't need nicknames or shortenings or anything like that. Worth mentioning that the date of birth, it's quite fussy, does need to be entered in that format of day dash month dash year. That will be the one thing that will stop a few people from entering it. Okay, it won't accept a form unless it's in that format. And then finally, please take care with the parental email address. This will be where we will send a confirmation email back to whatever address you put in there. So one of the main things that's come through in the past is people have made subtle typos there and they think that their form hasn't been submitted. So please be careful on that. When you're ready and you're happy that it's all ready, just click on the Apply Now button and it will come through to us. And at that point, you should get an automated confirmation email coming back for you. The email coming back for you should look like this. It just says, confirms that the options have been submitted and then just runs through the summary. Now, if you've made a mistake or you want to change your mind at some point between now and the summer, then that's fine. Please could you let us know on the Key Stage 4 options at email address. We can make changes for you. That's much easier for us than you submitting another form. So if there are any mistakes, let us know. Or if the students change their mind between now and the summer, then please let us know via that email. And if possible, we will make those changes for you. Okay, so what to do now? So what I suggest is have a really good look at the booklets. You can definitely speak to your current teachers for some advice. So parents' evening is happening on Thursday, but have a chat and see if they've got any advice for you. If you've got queries about the subjects particularly, faculty team leaders should be able to respond for that. Go via the inquiries@ashbyschool.org.uk and it will direct your email to the correct person. Or general queries, the Key Stage 4 options at email. And please could you complete the online form by Friday the 24th of January. Now, there's no prizes for getting the option form done really quickly. I won't be looking at any of them till after that deadline date. So there's no advantage in getting it in early. That doesn't mean you're any more likely to get your first choices. So please take your time. But if you could make sure they're in for Friday the 24th, then that will make sure you're not in any way disadvantaged. Now, just 2 frequently asked questions. So the first thing is lots of people want to know when they'll find out when their options are allocated. Actually, we do leave it till quite late. So we'll be in the summer half term. What I need to do is make sure that we've got all the staffing in place and that it's all been able to be timetabled before we confirm. I'd hate to confirm options and then find out that a member of staff had resigned and we were unable to offer an option and then have to unpick that and disappoint some people. So we won't confirm until we're absolutely sure, and that will be in the summer term. And then the second thing is, what if I change my mind? It does happen. So if you change your mind between now and the summer, then please use that email address there, Key Stage 4 Options. We can deal with it. We can actually make changes to the form at our end. Or actually, even within the first 2 weeks of year 10, if the student finds that the course isn't what they wanted it to be, isn't what they were expecting, we can actually make some changes then. But we do limit that to the first 2 weeks. Okay, otherwise it gets too much for students to catch up with, too much for teachers to catch up with. So I hope you found that useful, and I'd just like to wish everyone good luck and wish you well in filling out the forms, and just reiterate again that if there's any difficulties, then please get in touch and we will do our best to help you. Thank you.